family and friends. For those who don't know me, my name is Neil Berkowitz and I am Taryn's father. On behalf of my wife Ruth, I welcome you all to Taryn and Mike's wedding. Today, as father of the bride, it is my pleasure and honor to deliver a speech. I don't normally give speeches, and so I did feel a little bit stressed at the prospect of doing so today. Until I thought about Sir Henry Seymour of Wolf Hall, who lived a few centuries ago. Now there was a father of the bride who had to deal with serious stress. His daughter was Jane Seymour, who was about to marry King Henry VIII. A few days earlier, King Henry had chopped off the head of his previous bride. I don't know what Sir Henry said to his daughter, but I hope that he told her that she should avoid any discussion with King Henry about who would be the next head of the household. While preparing this speech, I had read somewhere that it should be clear to me exactly who I would be addressing it to. This wasn't an easy task. Should I be talking to Taryn, or Mike, or maybe to just all our guests? Initially, I thought I should be talking to Taryn. As our younger daughter, she has always been the baby, and it was natural to feel protective towards her. We remember those days when she would cry incessantly, would throw up, would barely walk, and even was totally incoherent. But enough about her bachelorette party. Now that we are relinquishing some of our responsibility, it is natural to want to give her some pearls of wisdom to help smooth her path. I soon realized, however, that anything that I would hope to teach her, she has already learned from observing Ruth and me since the day she was born. And there are really no new lessons to be learned today. I just want her to know how much she is loved, how much she will be missed. We have been spoiled by having her live so close to us for so many years. And her presence, her voice, and the little notes she invariably leaves on my desk whenever she visits our office never fail to brighten my day. Then I thought, wait a minute. It is much more important that I should be talking to Mike. After all, he's the man to whom I am entrusting the care of one of my precious daughters. I first met Mike when we needed a truck to transport a table required for Passover. Taryn said she thought that a guy she worked with maybe had a truck that he might let us use. Well, Mike was only too happy to let us use his truck. And as I was driving it, I noticed that it was tuned to a country music station. And knowing that Taryn also enjoyed country music, I thought they might have something in common. Of course, as is always the case with fathers and daughters, when it comes to matters of the heart, we are always the last to know anything. I found out a little later that they'd already been dating for quite a while. I've met Mike many times since then, and each time I was left thinking, what a great guy. When I learned that he was joining the army, and had specifically volunteered for training in explosive ordnance disposal, I was obviously concerned. I didn't really know what it meant at the time, but I now know that he is the expert that they call when there are any bombs that need to be defused. And having recently seen the movie The Hurt Locker, my initial reaction as a typical Jewish parent was, stay away. Don't touch. Bombs can hurt you. Doesn't the army need any accountants? However, it soon became clear to me that he was indeed going to proceed with his plan. Now, anybody who knows me is well aware of my limited expertise when it comes to anything technological. But as Mike's father-in-law, I suppose I'm expected to offer him some advice today. So Mike, the only advice I can offer you is connect the red wire to the red wire and the green wire to the green wire. Having seen Mike and Taryn together, I think they make a great couple who support and complement each other perfectly. They have their individual strengths, but also share many important qualities and values. A perfect example of this was when they drove across the country together to transport Mike's car. On the second day of their journey, we received a distressed phone call from Taryn to say she had just received a speeding ticket in Texas. Mike was incredibly understanding, and he offered to take over the driving. 5 minutes later, we received another phone call to say that Mike had now been given a speeding ticket. That's what I call a supportive husband. On a more serious note, Ruth and I, along with millions of other people, including many in this room today, left our countries of origin to make our home in the United States of America. We did so for many different reasons, but what we had in common was a recognition and appreciation for the principles and values which exist in this wonderful and unique country. The freedoms, opportunities, and moral values upon which this country is based are not to be found to the same degree anywhere else on earth. And when these values have been attacked, we have depended on our armed forces to protect and defend them. Mike comes from a family where many members have participated as part of our armed forces in the defense of our country, and Mike now joins that elite company. No words can adequately thank these soldiers who place themselves in harm's way in order to protect our freedoms. But today I would like to acknowledge our debt to them and express our heartfelt gratitude for the sacrifices they make on our behalf. A special word of thanks to Mike's parents, Chuck and Kathy, who have raised such a kind, intelligent, sensitive, and responsible young man as Mike. An added bonus is that he loves Taryn, and it is our pleasure and privilege to welcome all of you to our family. But then I thought, enough about Mike. After all, I've only known him for a short time, and there are so many guests here today who I've known far longer. It is them I should be talking to. When Ruth and I arrived in America almost 30 years ago, we hardly knew anyone. Since then, our circle of friends has grown to the extent that we now see familiar faces everywhere we go. I suspect that this is what is meant by the phrase, to feel at home. And I would like to thank all of you for making us feel so at home in San Diego. We would also like to thank the friends and family who have traveled great distances to celebrate with us today. These include Ruth's sister, Susan Moskowitz from New York, Sandy and Clive Slogan from Atlanta, Howard and Dagmar Stein and their sons Andy and Corey from Toledo, Ohio, Dion and Liz Stein and their daughter Lindsay and son Justin from Sacramento, Michael and Ilana Silverman from Los Angeles, Michael and Shirley Kernoff from Monterey, Danny Smith from Israel, Nira Goran and Sarah Marina from San Francisco, Sharon Richard from Colorado, Josh Estes from Florida, our cousins Neville Berkowitz from South Africa, David and I Cohen from Canada, Karen Locke from England, and our daughter Michelle from Australia. A special word of thanks to our good friends Brian and Suzanne Marcus, who hosted our out-of-town family for Shabbat. We miss having my mother June, my brother Colin, and my sisters Desiree and Janine with us, but illness, distance, and circumstances have prevented them from joining us. We regret that my late father, Mike Berkowitz, and Ruth's parents, Cecil and Edith Nelson, were not spared to see this day, but we honor and cherish their memory. I would like to say just a few words about our Auntie Min, who passed away a few weeks ago, shortly before her 100th birthday. Auntie Min had known me my whole life and had lived in San Diego ever since we moved here 30 years ago. She had effectively played the role of grandmother to Taryn and Michelle since they were born, and has been an important and influential part of all our lives. Many of Auntie Min's children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are with us today, and we express our condolences to all of you. A few days before Auntie Min passed away, Taryn put on her wedding dress and went to visit her to show it to her. Those of you who have seen the photograph that Ruth took that day in which Taryn is being welcomed into Auntie Min's outstretched arms, will have no doubt that she is looking down upon Taryn today, and she will be smiling. There is not much I can say about Ruth that most of you don't know already, but she has been my wife, partner, colleague, and friend for over 30 years, which says a lot about my tolerance. I mean, her tolerance. I mean her tolerance. I strongly considered addressing this speech mainly to Ruth, because I found the idea of being able to talk to her for more than 30 seconds without interruption extremely appealing. However, when I considered the consequences of such rash behavior, I quickly abandoned the idea. Ruth is defined by resourcefulness and compassion, and fortunately these same qualities are to be found in abundance in Taryn. A special thank you, Ruth, for arranging this wedding. As I mentioned at the beginning, I really didn't know to whom I should be addressing this speech. However, as I thought about Taryn, Mike, Ruth, and all our friends, I realized how much our lives have been enriched by having all of you in it. It then became clear to me that the main purpose of the speech is not really to talk to anybody in particular. Rather, it is simply a prayer of gratitude to God, in whatever form we recognize Him, for enabling all of you to be part of our lives, and for all the other gifts He has seen fit to grant us. I ask that He take care of Mike and Taryn, keep them safe, bless their home, and give them the strength and courage to meet any challenges in what I hope will be a long and happy life together. I would like to end by giving them the traditional blessing which parents give their children at the beginning of Sabbath and on other important occasions. I will just say it briefly in Hebrew first and then in English, with the South African accent. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chinecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasemecha shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord let His face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord forever watch over you and grant you peace.